Good morning, and I'm back in my kitchen. I'm going to do another round of dehydrating today. Today I'm finally getting to those squash, so let's see how it turns out. Okay, I'm pretty sure this one's called a Hubbard, and then one or both of these I think are called Buttercup. I bought them a few months ago at a local, well, it was a traveling farmer's market type of thing. And so he had came through town and I picked these up. I am gonna go ahead and try to save the seeds. And then this big old bowl will be for the skins. Okay, here comes the fun part, getting the skins off. I know they'll shrink some, but once I put them in a stew, I kind of want them bite-sized pieces, so I might need to cut these just a little smaller, so that way when they get rehydrated, they are actually bite-sized pieces. And I am new at dehydrating. This is something I have not done very much of at all. Last week I had posted one that I had done some herbs and zucchini. And so I am very open to suggestions, tips, anything like that. If you've been dehydrating for a while and you're noticing that I'm doing something wrong, by all means, please share it, because I'm learning and I just show you guys what I'm doing as I learn things, and sometimes I do it either wrong or the hard way. So please, by all means, I am definitely open to suggestions and tips. So this is just flat out gonna take a while, so I'm gonna finish cutting him up and then I'll cut him up and we'll see what he looks like inside. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and break open this one because I'm gonna try to keep like the top half or the top parts all one kind and the bottom half the other kind. Although if I don't know if it really matters, because when I go to store them, I'll probably just mix the different squashes. So this guy's a little funny. I don't know what's going on up here, but I saw several of them that look like that, so I think that's just part of what it is. Looks a little different inside, but still pretty much the same. Okay, so this is this piece, and if you look inside, this is all where the seeds want to kind of sit, and because that is going to be pretty thin, I may just go ahead and cut him off because all the seeds are wanting to sit right in there. Yeah, that was full of seed stuff. So that's what he looks like when I cut the bottom of him off. Knowing that, I might go ahead and just cut him off right ways. I was using a really big knife, finding sometimes it works better to use a smaller knife. I still use a really big knife when I need to cut them in half, but when it comes to taking off the skins, I find that the smaller one actually works a little bit better. mats left. Hopefully that'll be enough for this guy. Let's cut him open and see what he looks like. It has a lot of innards in him. It's gonna be pretty thin. That skin also looks really thin on this one. This one might be a little harder to take the skin off. Okay, that skin may look thinner, but that skin is tough. Okay, this guy is just very hard compared to the softer green stuff. Not only are the skins hard, but the flesh is a lot more dense. I'm assuming it's probably just the difference in squashes. This guy probably would have stored really well in my basement, just the way that he was. And I probably wouldn't have needed to go through this work to dehydrate him. A lot of people do just store squash and pumpkin in like a root cellar or something like that. I did hear mixed reviews about how long they can be stored before they go bad, and I'm sure that probably depends on the squash. This guy, as hard as he is, I bet he would have stored for months. The other ones, I don't know as well. I'm not somebody who's really familiar with squash. I didn't really grow up eating it. So I don't really know a whole lot about it, but all I know is he is much, much tougher to cut and peel and everything. I'm glad I only have one of these to deal with, because yeah, he is much tougher. And it'll be curious to know how that plays out in the dehydrator. If he will take longer, or whether he will be like really well done when the others are done, just because maybe he doesn't have as much moisture in him. Maybe that's why he's tougher. I don't really know. So if somebody knows these things, by all means comment and share it for the rest of us, because I'm also in the learning process of all of this, and just take you guys along for the ride. All right, I've got to get this finished up, or this is not going to be done till about the exact same time I want to go to bed, and then I'm going to have to jar it up and store it yet. And I have a very early morning tomorrow, so I better keep on going. Plus, if we don't get started with school soon, it's going to be a long school day. Okay, got them all done. Let's turn her on. I'm going to set it for 12 hours. And I'm going to put it at 150. Okay, from start to finish, that took me probably close to an hour. Not gonna lie, my hands are sore, they're dirty, and that kind of thing. Normally I would just do this overnight. If you're gonna do 12 hours, overnight would probably be the easiest, but I have to leave the house like really early tomorrow morning, so I wanna try to just have it completely done before I leave, because I'm not sure when I'm gonna make it home tomorrow. Oh, I forgot one. Pop that thing back in there. So, is it worth it? I don't know yet. 3 squash in 1 hour is quite a bit. Peeling the skins or cutting the skins off were absolutely the hardest part of it. So let me pop him back in and then we will check on it in 12 hours. All right, I just checked on the squash. They probably have another half hour to go if I would let them in for the whole 12 hours, but they feel like they're done to me, and I'm ready for bed. So I'm gonna go ahead, pull them out and go ahead, fill them up, put some in some jars and see what they look like. Okay, I got 2 quarts. You can tell the color difference just a little bit. This one has a little bit of the buttercup with that, I think it was called a Hubbard, and then this was all buttercup. So you can tell a little bit of a difference when they're dried. I could stick an oxygen absorber in these and actually vacuum seal them, and I may yet, but for the time being, I just wanted to get these canned up. Or jarred up, because like I said, I'm ready for bed. We have a long day working cattle tomorrow over at my folks, so there we go. 3 squash dehydrated, made 2 pretty much full quarts of squash, and I will be using these in soups or whatever else might be. So if you like watching dehydrating stuff, check out this video, and until next time, have a great one.